Okay, it is December 31st, so it's the last day of the 2020 season for Tove and Matt to try to fill their deer tags. It's been a good morning. We saw a coos deer buck and I don't know, maybe like 15 deer, so it's been a good morning. We also saw a nice 3x3 mule deer buck. It's actually the same one we saw yesterday evening. So he just went out of sight over a ridge, so we're going to go get in a new position where we can hopefully get eyes on him again and ideally bed him down maybe and get Matt another stalk hopefully. So we're going to get going and see if we can get eyes on him again.
Well, I get one more chance this year. James picked up a buck probably close to 2 hours ago. We watched him kind of come down the hill, mill around a bit. He's with one doe that we can see, so it's a pretty good setup for a stalk. We think we got him bedded down behind a tree and some bushes that are pretty thick, so I'm going to make a move up the hill, try to get across. We got decent wind, pretty consistent, so I'm going to get in there and see if I can get a chance. So we'll see when I get back.
So that's where the deer's at, and there's Matt. Gonna kind of send him up this ravine and then kind of down in. The wind's cutting this way, so see if it'll work. So one thing about this stalk Matt's going on, it's pretty good, and it's the last day, so we're gonna send him out there. The one thing that is not ideal about it, and this really makes a huge difference when doing spot and stalk mule deer hunting, is he went into some kind of like a thicket of trees where we know what thicket he's in, but we don't know exactly where he is. So it's not an ideal situation because it's very hard to get on them when you don't know pinpoint where they are. So normally if I was going after a really monster buck and had, several days to deal with, I probably would not take the stalk because of that. But because it's the last day of the season, we're going to send them out there and give it a go. But it's definitely better to know exactly where they are and try to pinpoint them.
Well, I'm back with my tag. Got in up the ravine, worked the side hill like I was planning, and got to about 100 yards. Looked up, and the doe and I had a staring contest for a few minutes. So she wasn't where I thought she would be. I heard the buck pretty close to her, so the general area was there, but we weren't able to nail down exactly where he bedded just because it was so thick. So I tried to back out and go a different way, and I heard him start snorting, and shortly after that they were running up the other hill. So he's a good looking buck. It was fun, good to get semi close, but gotta do a lot better than that, so we'll keep trying.
Alrighty, we got a setup here for the afternoon, and right away I glassed up a group of 6 deer with 2 nice bucks in there. So only got a couple hours left of season, so Matt and Tove are gonna hustle over there. They're in a decent spot to approach. If they can creep over the hill, they should be within range. So as long as the deer stay there a while, they should have hopefully a decent shot. So I'm gonna watch, and they're gonna get to hustling. We'll see what happens. You can see that there's a few deer here in this frame, and the wind is blowing from my back here at this vantage point to the deer. So Tove and Matt are going to try to peek up over that ridge and hopefully be within range of the buck. So we will see what happens. Well, guys, I hope some of that footage turned out, but my golly, that is one of the most beautiful bucks I have ever seen. I mean, just a big old 3x3, tons of mass, wide, super chocolatey horns, big old body, beautiful buck. He's actually a 4x3. He's got a, you guys probably saw in the video, but he does have a split there. But man, gorgeous buck. He just went through a saddle. I'm hoping right towards Tove and Matt. It's where I told him to go. They went right through the saddle, so I can't see him anymore, the deer, but I'm hoping that Tove and Matt were in the right spot or close by, and we might get some action. So I'm freaking excited to hear what happens, and I'll let you guys know when I find out. Well, the stalk did not pan out, but it was a lot of fun for me getting to watch that gorgeous 3x4 go across that hill. There was 2 other smaller bucks in there and a handful of does, and these boys got some good exercise in. Hey?
Yeah, we did. Last hunt of 2020, and we got out here at this glassing spot, and I looked with my naked eye. James got his binocs set up, and he saw some up on the hill. There was 2 bucks we were after, and we went around the hill, and it probably just took us a little too long to get there, but we finally saw them, and I think they knew something was wrong on the back half of this large group, and they went up the hill with the 2 smaller bucks, and they outpaced us.
Basically what spooked them was there was a doe further where I wanted them to pop over the hill that I think was just on the other side, so I never saw her. I didn't know she was there, and that was the one they spooked. So their approach was good. A deer that we just didn't know was there.
Wind was good.
Wind was good. Everything was good. But beautiful buck. He's still out here. It's a buck I actually saw last year, so that's pretty cool.
I think it's the same buck that I stalked.
And we saw that it is for sure the same buck he stalked a couple days ago. And then we found this little coos shed. And then come tomorrow, we're gonna have a lot more tags. Right now we have 2 that are about to go in the soup tonight. And then tomorrow we're gonna have 5 new tags. So me and Tove are both gonna have deer tags and javelina tags, and Matt will have a deer tag. So we're excited to get out tomorrow and see what we can get into. But that's gonna go ahead and wrap up today's video. So subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow. Happy New Year.